Hello everyone, it's Chris with Moran Outdoors. Today we're going to be working on putting some LED lights on our new Can-Am Defender. It is pretty sad for what you pay for these things. They are lacking in the lighting department. We'll be putting a 12-inch Vision X USA bar on the front of this. On the back here, we'll be putting a set of rigid Radiance pod scene lights. We'll be installing a horn, and then for reverse lights we got a set of Baja Design S2 Pros for reverse lights. I can't stress enough that the lighting that comes on these Can-Am, you need to do something about it. So here we go. So to get things started, we're going to start with mounting the 12-inch light bar on the front and the horn. Do everything up front at first. What's really nice about something they did right was open your hood here, and what they've provided for you are 4 wires that pass through the firewall already, and they come out under your dash, in which you can hook up to, so you're not having to drill a hole through the firewall or fish your wires through there. So it is one nice thing that they did for you. So mounting the light bar is pretty straightforward. Get 2 mounting feet. You have a mounting plate here. You're going to mount right through that plate. Always remember, tight's tight, too tight's broken. Using stainless steel bolts are a lot softer than your hardened steel or anything else, so keep that in mind. So now we're going to take and run the wires through the grill. You're going to come up and meet up here where your power distribution block is, and your wires that pass through the firewall, where we'll connect to the switch inside.
1 hour later.
Now I did go ahead and pre-drill a hole. Have it coming up right in the corner here. And we're going to attach to our power distribution block here. So some of the tools you're going to need to do this. You're going to need a 10mm socket, wire crimpers, wire strippers, some ring terminals full of connectors, and we're gonna get going here. Strip those wires back. Now the ground is going to go straight to a ground terminal that's right here under the hood. And then the power is going to go to one of your wires that passes through. Will get its power from the switch under the dash. So I got my connectors crimped on. These are heat shrinkable connectors. Keeps any moisture out of there. So after you crimp them on, you get either a heat gun, some people use a lighter, torch. But what it does is takes that sleeve and shrinks it down to the wire. And there's a marine grade connection as it seals to the wire. So now I'm going to take the nut off the ground bolt. Connect your ground ring terminal up to that. Putting it back down. You don't want to go crazy. So we have that there. Now this is going to power, so I'm going to use the white wire with the red tracer on it.
Two hours later.
Now before I go inside and start wiring on the dash, I'm going to finish my install up here with the horn. So this is your basic 12 volt DC horn. They're mostly used on motorcycles. This gets power and ground. It's pretty simple. So when I attach this to the frame under the hood, I have a ground wire coming straight off of where I'm going to attach it. Ground wire go right into your hook up here, power to the other side. The power is going to come from a horn switch on the dash. Hook up this horn, easiest place is going to be right on the frame under here. I don't ever see myself using the winch. It's really not even in the way of the winch, even if I did. So it's about the easiest spot you can go. So now as you can see, the horn is hooked up. The wire is going straight to the mounting bolt, right to the ground terminal. And now I'll run my power down from up there. So after you got all your cables run, you want to come back. It's not necessary, but it dresses it up and makes it look a lot better. Put some split wire lamb on your exposed cables. Then you're going to take some zip tie them up and keep them secure. So we're all done with the installation on the hood. This is what it should look like. We're all done, buttoned up. Looks pretty good. Now we'll move on to the dash and wiring up the switches.
3 hours later.
So now we're going to come inside the dash. This is pretty easy. These are the switches that I purchased. You can get these on Amazon. I'll put a link in for them. But you're just going to take in, well, first it's going to come with these blanks in the dash. And these will just easily pop out with a screwdriver. You're going to grab a hold of the dash and just pull out. It's a little difficult when you're doing it one-handed on a camera. So inside here you have a ground terminal, and you also have a power terminal. This power terminal is switched. That is where I'm going to get my power from. That way you can't leave an accessory on when you have the key off, you have the machine off, draining your battery. So this will only get power once you turn the key on. So now underneath the dash here, there's 4 wires that I showed you that were up front. They come out back here. You'll just find those wires that you hooked your accessories up to. I used the white wire with the red tracer and a white wire with the green tracer. So we'll go in there, we'll find those wires, and those wires will get hooked up to our switches. And that's how it's going to turn everything on. So now I got power hooked up to our terminal, got our ground hooked up to our terminal, coming out. Ground to the switch. You have a power wire that goes out to the light bar, and then a power into the switch for the light bar. So now we're just going to hook everything back up to the dash pieces, and just about done. Of course, everything is tight in here. You will come up with a lot of scratches and cuts on your hands. To get everything lined up, just push everything back on. You're gonna hook your switch up. Push it in. From there, we got some wires underneath. We're gonna tuck up, zip tie up, and you're good. So the only thing left to do now is to test everything out. Horn. And the LED light bar. You can see how much dimmer the headlights are than a true LED. These are halogen bulbs. I ordered bulbs for that. They should be coming by the end of the week, maybe next week. We'll replace those as well. So now that it's dark out, I can show you the difference in the lights. These are the factory low beam lights. Really not doing anything for you. High beam's not much better. Now with the new LED light bar, huge difference.